Why do I feel unloved? Not just lonely, but truly questioning if anyone could ever love the real you. If you didn't hide behind the facade that you use at work when you're out in public, you're not alone. So don't think you're by yourself. Today, we're going to break it down. We're going to face it and begin the work of healing. How do I know? Because I was you, and I am now healed. So when love feels absent, our minds say cruel things to us. Our minds really mean, you're not enough. You're too much. Something must be wrong with you if you haven't found love by now, if no one can love you. What's wrong with you? And first, let's just dispel that rumor. There is nothing, absolutely nothing wrong with you. But hear me. The ache that you carry in your heart, in your soul, isn't proof of your unworthiness. It's proof that you need to be seen, just like every human being does. That's something special. We all need to feel seen and heard. And if we're not, then we constantly question ourselves and we ask if we are truly good enough. Somewhere along the way, you were taught or you learned that there were conditions for love, that there were certain things that you needed to do, you needed to be in order for someone to love you. If they choose me, then I'll finally feel whole. I'll be complete. If I'm perfect, if I'm good enough, I'll finally feel safe because someone loved me. If I give more, if I do more, maybe then I'll be enough. These are lies. These are all lies that force you to audition for worth like you're auditioning for a part in a play or something. So you need to pretend that you're someone else. But you were worthy when you got here. You were whole on arrival. You were not missing anything. There was nothing else that you needed to do or be to be worthy. So you've been chasing approval. And that steals your oxygen. It's just like you're out in the woods or something and someone is standing on your chest. Well, you don't have to be in the woods to feel as though someone is standing on your chest. You can get that job that you've always wanted. You can win the awards, keep the peace, don't make waves, and still feel empty. Because what's happening is that you're waiting for someone else to hand you permission to be loved. Like a Mother May I, and they're saying, okay, it's okay now. You can be loved now. You will never find your worth at the end of someone else's applause, at the end of their swan song. It's exhausting to live that way. And that's all you'll find. So, here's the truth that changed my life. I learned that I had to love me and care about me before I could expect anyone else to do it. Because as long as I didn't care enough for myself, then all I attracted were people who cared even less about me and my feelings and more about their own. Self-worth comes before love, not after. The only way that you can be who you need to be to go out into the world and meet people, allow people into your space, is if you love yourself enough to gain the strength enough to go out there and know that you're enough. I know it's not easy. It was difficult for me. It took decades. Honestly, it took a while because first I had to untell myself the lies that I had been telling myself for years, that I needed to be something different than what I was to be accepted, to be loved, that I had to do special things to be worthy, and that could not have been further from the truth. But I had to learn that in time and realize that, wait a minute, there's nothing wrong with me. Why am I telling myself that? Why am I listening to the lies and the opinions of other people who don't really care about me? So when you build your worth on a shaky foundation of someone else's attention, you'll always crumble because it's fragile. You rely on someone else to make you feel as though you are enough. But when you start with your own acceptance, when you accept yourself and love yourself as you are, love from others can add to you, but they won't complete you because you're already whole. You are already complete. So what do you do when you feel unloved? Start with simple things. Pay attention. You must be aware. Notice the pattern. When you're performing for crumbs or bits of attention, stop. Just stop. When you listen to your voice, speak to yourself like someone you're committed to keeping, like you love yourself. Don't speak to yourself based on what you've heard others say. And then begin a daily love habit, like a self-love habit. One thing that's just for you, no one else. Go outside, take a walk. Write a journal entry, write it down, write your thoughts down, your honest thoughts. These are for you. No one else has to know you keep a journal, and no one else needs to know what you've written. That's for you. Whisper an affirmation. Repeat it daily. The more you hear it, it's repetition. I am enough. I am becoming the best version of myself. I am worthy of love. It might sound small, but it's amazing how big a difference these things make when you say them regularly. They start to become part of who you are. That's how lovable feeling begins. And unlovable feelings fall away. They get looser. The voices become quieter until you don't hear them at all. And rejection, it's not proof that you're unlovable. It's redirection away from places that couldn't hold you toward spaces that can. You were never the problem. There is nothing wrong with you. You were never too much. You were simply looking for love where it could not live. And that's outside of you. So if you take nothing else from this content, take this. You are not unloved. You may have been unseen, unchosen, or unprotected. But love was never absent in you. It was always there. You were love in motion. You were love personified. You're just waiting to come home to yourself. And that's where self-worth is born. So your worth was never up for debate. It was never a question unless it was a question in your mind. So keep walking the healing path with me, because I see you. I know what you're going through. I was you. So watch the next video. The answers that you've been searching for are waiting for you there. This is Self-Worth Sunday. But hold on, arrival. You are always enough.